Hi everyone, how are you today? You good, right? Have you watched or have you seen my video with Brother Paul, who got an 8.5 for his IELTS reading? And do you know what he got for his listening? Any idea for this? Okay, you wanna know? He got 9, right? Wow, unbelievable. 9, perfect, no mistake, or probably he just made one mistake in order to get 9. And today, again, he's going to share his tips, his preparations, his experience with you to be successful in doing IELTS, specifically listening. I really appreciate him. He's so good. But before you can listen to and watch Brother Paul, I'd like to introduce you to my YouTube channel one more time. It is IELTS Translation. If you haven't seen my YouTube channel, please take a look, please visit. It's such a good YouTube channel. It focuses on IELTS reading translation. I translate all the reading, not all, but some of the reading passages, and I've done two passages so far already, and I'm planning to translate as many passages as possible in order to benefit you. On my YouTube channel, you're gonna see a lot of difficult words used in IELTS, and if you have a chance, or if you happen to see one of the passages taught in my YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, in your official test, I guarantee you'll be spending less than 20 minutes for your on that passage. Okay. So now you can watch and listen to Brother Paul giving out his tips, preparations, and experience, how to win the IELTS listening. Thank you. Please enjoy listening and watching to Brother Paul, Mr. Perfect. Bye.
As he's mentioned, I was able to get a perfect score. And I've also helped some people get a perfect score. So first, let's talk about the preparation. Actually, the listening test is the most challenging, but it is probably the easiest to get full score with enough practice. The most important thing is your, let's say, mental state. So it's very stressful. So to prepare for the test, number one, you should you should have regular practice, but I recommend to practice in the most difficult situation as possible. For example, I usually practice after a long day's work and spend at least half an hour doing one practice. So this way, during the real test, you'll be mentally prepared. Why do we need such a preparation? Because on the IELTS listening, you have no room to make mistakes. For example, like, one yawn and then you've missed one answer already. One blink of an eye. So that is the first thing, mental preparation. Now, during the, and also another thing is that you always practice. So you don't really need the latest book on IELTS to practice. Any listening material, IELTS listening materials you could lay your hands on, just do it. Practice, practice, practice. Now for the actual test, here are some tips that I've learned from others and worked very well. Number one is, one theory I have is pen on paper or pencil on paper. When you are listening, all you can do is just to take notes, and you must switch your mind off. That means you don't have time to think if the answer is right or wrong. All you can do is to underline the parts that you hear. Okay, so that's all you can do. If you're too busy thinking, is this what I want? Then you will miss. And it's happened to me many times. So my advice is, number one, every time you hear a word, you just underline and keep your pencil on that and keep moving. If you think you have got an answer, when you write your answer, do not write the full word, just write the first 2 letters so you can remember for later. Because if you write the full word, you'll miss it. So just write anything, 1 or 2 letters so you can remember and copy later. Let's see. Yeah, number 2 is that they always, before the actual test, they always give you time to prepare. So this way you try to imagine how the person will respond or who is going to answer the question. For instance, one question says you're going to listen to a group of students talking about their assignments, and then you'll see the question, you have the question and the answers. You can try to imagine who you should focus on to write the answers, because in listening you do not have time to listen to everything, but it's a good idea to know who you should pay attention to more so you do not get distracted. Another thing is some questions, if you're lucky, some questions you know the answer is just so clear you don't need to listen, you could almost answer it like that. Yeah, if you're lucky like that, I recommend you write the answer beforehand. This way, like, you get one less question to worry about, and it saves a lot of time. Right, so let's see. Yeah, so based on my experience in the IELTS, yeah, I found that, yeah, being mentally prepared is very important, and yeah, the noting. So like I said, do not think when you are doing the test, just take notes and answer, and do not write in full. You know, the paper that you are writing on can be messy. The answer sheet is where you have to be completely tidy and with the correct grammar. A good idea is like this: when you are writing your answers in short form, when the time comes for you to copy your answers, that's when you need to think, is this a plural, is this past tense, or like that. The easiest way to know is to look at the question. If they ask the question in numbers, it could be in plural form. If they ask the question in past tense, you answer in past tense. Yeah. But like I said, you do not have time to think about how to answer correctly during the listening. You can only do it after the listening, when they give you 10 minutes to copy your answers. Yeah, so yeah, if you practice doing this, I'm sure you will get your IELTS score, you know, better and better. Right, thank you for your time, and don't forget to check IELTS Translation. They might have some more stuff that you would like to learn from. Thank you.